Todd and Bruce tent. One angry sky.
Beep! Cold!
It is unbelievably cold. I wish I could convey the sense of cold, but for that you would probably have to open your freezer, sit inside, and then watch this video. 10 days of winter storms in Southern California. I think this is day 2. I hope this is day 2. I don't want it to be day 1. Yep, that's what you expect after 2,500 foot of climbing.
It's a bar!
What on earth? Huh. Oh well. I guess when it's in a winter storm, this is a lovely little place.
That's how cold it is.
Yeah, just in case you didn't believe me when I said it's cold. There's actual snow. Wow. Frozen bits. But yeah, this would be a lovely place if it wasn't frozen.
Even the fields in the...
Oh.
You can see the ice.
Oh my word. I think we camped in the right spot, because here's the other campsites. And while they might have been slightly more wind protected, I think they would have been even colder than where we were.
Yeah.
Onwards and upwards. But thank you to, who was it? Daniel, Robert and Patty for entertaining this, maintaining this extraordinary spot.
Cold. I didn't give me best gloves.
Yes.
The socks really.
My sleep socks, in fact. He's lucky, the other ones would have been all sorts of crusty.
These are ideal for wiping your nose as well.
You not!
No, I didn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that, would I?
This might be the last footage you see containing Brian. He might roll down the hill accidentally in a minute. Well, the weather has a little bit improved, as you can tell, because I'm actually capable of holding the camera now. It was too cold before. We have had coffee, feeling a spring in our step, and we're back by the windmills. It's like we've never left. And the wind's picked up again. Today's going to be one of those days, I think. And Brian just got rid of all of his protective gear.
It's cold!
Lunchtime. Very grey sky coming in again. We're sitting here eating all our supplies, because we will be in Tehachapi either first thing tomorrow morning or last thing tonight, depending on whether we can find a campsite between here and there. So yeah, the supplies are getting at. And this man's sporting his after hat hair. We just crossed the Willow Springs Road, which is the first opportunity to go into Tehachapi. 8 miles before the highway, but we're carrying on towards the highway. There's a lot of, there's a trail register down there and a lot of information about trail angels, so it's a good place to take 5 minutes and get your bearings. This wind farm has no end. Our plans of camping somewhere just short of Tehachapi got scuppered by the fact that there is no let up in the wind. So we're heading towards the highway now, seeing whether we can actually work out how to get into town. It looks a busy highway. There's supposed to be a bus stop somewhere, I have no idea where. Right. We weakened. With more winter storms forecast, we got ourselves a motel room. I don't even know where. We got a hitch straight away. We reached the highway and we got a hitch straight away with a gentleman who already had another PCT hiker in his car. And it happened to be a young lad from the Czech Republic who we spoke to only the previous day. We hiked a little bit with him. And, and he was in the car grinning at us, so that worked out wonderfully. Lovely gentleman, forgot to ask his name, but thank you if you ever see this. He did us a solid, and he took us to this motel, which is economical, as they say, which suits us fine, but we don't even know what it's called, so we're here for 2 nights, because apparently there's a massive storm coming in again tomorrow. We thought this was the massive storm that we hiked in today, but no.
No.
So we set off from our windy perch at 546.6 there-ish, and carried on the rest of the climb, which wasn't actually all that much anymore. It's about 3 miles to get to that strange little oasis somewhere around here, I think. Yeah, there. That little whatever you want to call it, trail angel place. And yeah, the wind was just horrible all day long. It was cold, very, very gusty. I mean, we had proper wind tunnel syndrome at times where our cheeks were going. It was that windy, and it just carried on walking, trying to get out of the wind to start to dip down, and very soon realized that dipping down wasn't going to help because the wind was just everywhere. It got slightly warmer, but not significantly enough. So yeah, we just carried on and on and on and on, really, until we reached the road crossing, the Tehachapi Willow Spring Road. We had lunch just about there, and then realized that there was a nice picnic table about 100 feet from where we had sat on the ground to have lunch. But hey, you know, you live and learn. That's that road crossing where I said there's all this nice information about trail angels in Tehachapi and everything, because you can hitch in from here to Tehachapi easily enough if you choose to, but we decided to carry on. We had our eyes set on a bench somewhere about 3 miles from the highway, where we thought we were going to stay the night. But it soon became apparent that once we'd crossed the roads, we were in a wind farm again. And that wind farm just doesn't end. I mean, you can see it here. Wind farm, 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 wind farm. There's a very good reason why all of this is wind farm, because all of it is incredibly windy. The bench was somewhere here in the end. We didn't even stop to sit on it. It was still that windy. So by this point we had no other choice than to actually carry on all the way to the highway, because it just was clear that we weren't going to find anywhere slightly wind protected to pitch the tent. So we just carried on climbing down to Cameron Canyon Road here, and then followed that along to Highway 58, which is the other point from which you can hitchhike to Tehachapi. Now that is an incredibly busy road. It's more like a motorway, or what the Americans would call a freeway. And I don't actually know how you're supposed to hitchhike from there. There is a bus that runs that would literally pick you up here, but we didn't realize you have to phone them in advance to let them know that you're coming, because it's a request stop. Oh, I forgot to say, that day, our longest yet, was still not 20 miles.
19.9.
19.9 miles. We have not broken the 20-mile curse by 100 feet.
It all depends where they measure the freeway where you're supposed to start hiking.
A good point, because if they measured you this side of the overpass, then we will have done the 100 feet. If they measured you that side of the overpass, we didn't.